So finally we have reached to the last chapter of our civics, that is outcomes of democracy. And in this chapter what we are going to read and understand, we are going to understand the positive signs, the positive aspects of democracy as well as the negative aspects of democracy. So this chapter we are going to understand in which fronts democracy is really good as compared to the other forms of governments. Democracy provides a government which is far better than its contemporary governments, the other non-democratic governments. How it is good, that means we are going to cover the positive sides of our democratic system. At the same time, we will also do or understand the negative aspects related to our democratic structure, our democratic governments. In class 9th, already one chapter we had covered, that was what is democracy, why democracy. Why democracy is better than the other forms of government. And these points already you have covered. Let me refresh your memory. And I am going to read out these points which you had covered in your class 9. The first point that has been written in your book: democracy promotes the equality among the citizen. It is obvious that one of the basic principles of democracy is equality. So what equality means? It means all the people living in a democratic system will be treated equally and there will be no discrimination among them on any basis. So that is the reason it promotes the equality among the citizen. Then second one is the enhance the dignity of the individuals. So dignity of an individual, respect of an individual will be enhanced, increased automatically if we are giving them equal treatment. Clear, isn't it? So when we are giving the equal treatment to the people, their dignity will be automatically enhanced. And there are several other ways through which democracy ensures that dignity of the people should be maintained, no matter they are rich or poor, they belong to one religion or another, they live in one region or another, speak one language or another, their dignity must be maintained. Third point, improve the quality of decision making. So democracy is a name of deliberation of people or our legislature, lawmakers. They deliberate over various things before making law for us. So when a lot of deliberation, lot of discussion will be done by the government, its representatives, ruling party, opposing party, so obviously the decision making quality will be improved. The next point is it provides a proper method to resolve the dispute. Suppose if there is any dispute between the people, between the two levels of government, or between the people versus the government, so it will give us a method how we can resolve our dispute, what we can do if we are not satisfied with the government, or if one organization or organ of the government is not satisfied with the decision of another organ. So proper method has been given where we have to approach and how we have to settle our disputes, our grudges. This is the fourth point, and the last point it has been given to you. It allows the rooms to correct the mistake. If suppose any mistake has been committed by the government, so that mistake can be rectified, and for rectifying that mistake, the democratic system provides a proper mechanism to the government. So it allows the government to roll back its decision. These are the points. And you have to understand this, ki if a question is asked, which had been asked in class 9th also, ki how democracy is better than the non-democratic governments, you can include all these points and you can explain it. So I hope you understood it. Now we have to understand the next topics which are related to outcomes of democracy, evaluation related to the democracy. The next page includes that accountable, responsive and legitimate government. We will check out on certain points whether the democracy is up to the mark or not. कि कुछ मामलों में हम ये चेक करने की कोशिश करेंगे कि जो डेमोक्रेटिक स्ट्रक्चर होता है, प्रजातांत्रिक व्यवस्थाएं होती हैं, क्या वो इन पैरामीटर्स पे सही तरह से काम कर रही हैं या नहीं कर रही हैं? वेदर ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ अकाउंटेबिलिटी, क्या एक डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट अकाउंटेबल है, क्या वो जवाबदेह है पब्लिक के प्रति और नहीं? रिस्पॉन्सिव है, क्या वो पब्लिक की नीड्स के अकॉर्डिंग रिस्पॉन्ड करती है या नहीं? एंड वेदर इट इज लेजिटिमेट, वेदर इट इज अ लीगल गवर्नमेंट और इलीगल गवर्नमेंट. So this second page is including these three parameters on which we are going to find out whether democratic government is accountable or not, responsive or not, or legitimate or not. Very, very important topic. Let me mark it important and very important. In fact, this topic is बहुत बार ये आया और शायद इस बार भी आपको आ सकता है कि how democracy provides an accountable, responsive और legitimate government. What is your say? आपकी क्या ओपिनियन है, आप बताइए. So the first point is accountable government. So democratic system provides an accountable government. Is it true or not? क्या डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट अकाउंटेबल होती है, वो पब्लिक के प्रति आंसरेबल होती है या नहीं? द क्वेश्चन इज दैट. सो वी विल फाइंड आउट. डेमोक्रेसी प्रोवाइड्स अस एन अकाउंटेबल गवर्नमेंट ऑन a large extent. Our answer is yes, it is accountable, because whatever the government is doing, it has to be responsible towards the people. If it is not responsible when it has been given a chance, then what the people will do, they will simply change the government in the next election. So their accountability is towards the people. They have to work for the betterment of the people. So rest is on the people ki whether they are satisfied or not. If they satisfied, then they will re-elect the government, and if they are not satisfied, then they will show them the exit door. So this is the accountable government which you have to write. नेक्स्ट वन इज द रिस्पॉन्सिव गवर्नमेंट. अब देखिए आपकी बुक क्या कह रही है, जो आपकी एनसीईआरटी में क्या लिखा हुआ है कि डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट नीड्स टू बी रिस्पॉन्सिव. रिस्पॉन्सिव जवाब, इसको रिस्पॉन्ड करना चाहिए. रिस्पॉन्ड किसके प्रति? टुवर्ड्स द नीड्स ऑफ द पीपल, टुवर्ड्स द नीड्स एंड डिजायर्स एंड डिमांड्स ऑफ द पीपल. अ डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट शुड वर्क अकॉर्डिंग टू द नीड्स, डिजायर्स एंड डिमांड्स ऑफ द पीपल. And when we find out whether it has responded, तो we have the mixed kind of response. कुछ मामलों में हम कह सकते हैं कि हाँ इसने रिस्पॉन्ड किया अकॉर्डिंग टू द नीड्स ऑफ द पीपल, लोगों की जो समस्याएं हैं उनको कुछ हद तक दूर किया है. लेकिन हम ये भी देखेंगे कि बहुत से लोग ऐसे हैं जो इस पैरामीटर पे डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट से सेटिस्फाइड नहीं है. What they say that कि these democratic government has failed to fulfill the expectations, fulfill the demands, fulfill the needs of the people. We have a very simple example related to poverty. तो अब इंडिया को आजाद हुए 70 साल से ज्यादा का टाइम हो गया है और हम देखते हैं तो आज भी पॉवर्टी जो है वो एक बड़ी बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है इंडिया की. तो 2011 का जो डाटा है वो आपको बताता है कि अराउंड 22% ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन ऑफ दिस कंट्री इज लिविंग बिलो पॉवर्टी लाइन. तो दे आर फेसिंग अक्यूट पॉवर्टी इन देयर लाइफ. तो दिस इज अ वेरी सीरियस प्रॉब्लम. तो अगर हम देखें तो गवर्नमेंट इन दिस front of responsive government, the government has failed on some very crucial aspects, and that is why people are not satisfied on this parameter of a responsive government. Democracy is not a responsive government. Many of the people have the complaint against democracy on this behalf, and one of the reason for not a responsive government of a democratic system is the corruption. So due to the corruption activity, due to their greedy and selfish motives of the leaders are more focused on their benefits rather than the benefits of the people. So जब आप इस पॉइंट को लिखेंगे तो तब आप बताएंगे कि democratic government needs to be responsive. It should work according to the needs and demands of the people, but unfortunately it has failed to respond towards the needs and expectation of the people. You can give the example of poverty also here, like some of the crucial problems of India where democratic system is there. Poverty and unemployment are some of the problems of the people where the government has failed to give a proper response. So this is second point, and now the third point, legitimate government. तो legitimate government के बारे में आपकी बुक में क्या लिखा हुआ है कि on this ground of legitimate government, democratic governments are given full marks. Why it is a legitimate? Legitimate means which is according to the law is right. The government according to the law, which is legal government. So whether a democratic government is legitimate government, obviously it is a legitimate government. How it is a legitimate government? Because it is elected by the people. People are electing their representatives, their government representatives. Unlike the non-democratic system, just think about the monarch, whether you like the monarch or not like the monarch, or if a dictator is there, और dictator का मतलब ही यही होता है जो लोगों की इच्छाओं के खिलाफ जबरदस्ती पावर को ऑक्यूपाई कर ले. तो if you are satisfied or not satisfied, you have to obey the dictator, you have to obey the military, you have to obey the monarch. But in a democratic system, it is the people who are electing their government, their representatives, and when they are not satisfied, they have the full chance, or they have the opportunity, they get the opportunity to change the government also. So democratic government is a legitimate government. It is not imposed on the people against their will. It is elected by the people. और इसमें आप लेजिटिमेट गवर्नमेंट का एक और रीजन और लिखेंगे कि डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट इज अ लेजिटिमेट गवर्नमेंट बिकॉज इट वर्क्स अकॉर्डिंग टू द सेट रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस, इट वर्क्स अकॉर्डिंग टू द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ दैट कंट्री. सो ये अपनी मर्जी से कुछ नहीं करती है, जो भी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, जो भी रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस होते हैं किसी कंट्री के, ये उसको फॉलो करके काम करती है. सो ऑब्वियसली इट इज अ लेजिटिमेट गवर्नमेंट. So these are the 3 points, very important topic. I hope you understood it. Now we will move to the next topic.